everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Some Notes About Music. I'm really excited actually for two reasons today. I'm showing three, but two. Because first of all, I'm standing outside in New York, and even though we've had spring for technically a month already, this is kind of the first few days, these are the first few days that you can actually come out, and the temperature's somewhat decent, and it's Easter, which is wonderful. But it's finally beautiful, and the thing about New York is that the winter seems to last 10 months out of the year. It just never goes away. So when we finally get good weather, you see everybody out and just in parks and on walking on the Brooklyn Bridge. So it was just a great day. So we're really excited about that. The second thing I'm excited about is that we finally got our Color Me Mozart xylophone. And you might not know this, but this is our second xylophone that we ordered. We had previously ordered another one, and I didn't like the quality. The notes weren't in tune with themselves, and I really wanted you guys to have just a really high quality, in tune xylophone. And they really nailed it with this one, because you can actually hear it. It's a perfect C scale, and it'll match up with your piano or your guitar or anything for that matter. You could sing along. And I really want you to have like an in-tune experience, because nothing's more frustrating than playing and having some notes be out of tune. So we're really excited about that. It looks beautiful. We're really excited. So we'll have that in about a month. We'll have them all in and on sale on Amazon, where you can pick yours up. And today what I want to teach you is how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And I'm going to show you how to play it on the xylophone, but as you know with Color Me Mozart, you can play it, the notes are notes, right? A C, even though C is red here, if you're using the stickers on your piano that you got with your book, you can play it on the piano as well. And one thing I want to mention, before you play it, we go to that section to play, to make sure that you're remembering that C is red, you know, and D is orange, and G is blue. Really make sure you're learning your notes, right? Because just like any other language, you get so much more out of it when you're really learning how to speak it, read it, and write it fluently. I've seen it so many times where someone will go to the piano and kind of just try to pick out a melody by ear, and that's fine, but that'll only get you so far. You could only figure out things by ear to a certain level. Beyond that, it's really not going to help you much. So you really need to learn the language of music, learn your notes, learn where they are on your particular instrument, in this case the xylophone or the piano. So when we go to play it now in a few seconds, just make sure you're also remembering if we're playing a C, then a G, then an A, so that way you can translate that and kind of explain that to your child. But also if you're learning it on a different instrument, you could also express that to whoever's playing the different instrument. So let's take a closer look and play it together. Okay, so here we go, nice and simple, and I just want to read real quick. We have C, red, we have D, orange, yellow, E, green, F, blue, G, purple, A, pink, B, and then we have our high C on red. So here we go, I'm going to start on C, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this week's question and answer, we have a question from Karina Carrillo, and she asks, can I use Color Me Mozart to learn music as an adult? And I actually love this question because when I was designing it, I had a particular experience from my own life in mind when I was designing Color Me Mozart and how I wanted people to learn, especially kids, how to learn music. Years ago when I was trying to learn how to speak Italian and actually read and write it as well, I turned to Rosetta Stone, the classics, and Duolingo and other apps on my phone. And those systems are great, don't get me wrong, they're wonderful. But then I started thinking, how do we learn language as a kid? We are exposed to it just by speaking it, just by hearing it, right? We're really simple to use books, right? Our ABCs, nursery books. We sing together, just language in general. We're exposed to it. We're immersed in it. And so that's what I wanted to do with Color Me Mozart. I really wanted to immerse the child or even the parent learning in the language of music, right? Where you're learning colors and associating that to notes, right, where you're learning shapes and you're learning associating that to music and singing along. And that way you go get the building blocks of music and build on top of things that kids already know. And then as you progress to book 2, you change those into stem notes on the staff, right? You start learning a little more vocabulary, a little more music vocabulary. Then by book 3, we turn those into actually regular note heads on the staff and with treble clefs and note values and half notes. And then by book 4, you're actually reading music. And so just like when you're a child, you don't remember the moment you actually learned how to read, write, and speak, but you're so in it that you just experience it. And that's what I wanted for this. So the answer, the long-winded answer to that question is absolutely. If you're an adult, I definitely recommend it, and even more so, I recommend sharing it with your child, right? Having an experience as a family where you learn it, then share it, and then you'll see what a wonderful thing it is to actually learn the language of music and become fluent in that. So have a great time. Thank you guys. Don't forget to ask your own questions. If you have questions, make sure you put them on our Instagram page or our YouTube channel. Join us there, and I'll see you guys next week.